Okay, so here we are now with the revision of part 2, chapter 1 to 9 of Maths Express. So let's just begin with the revision. Now in the first question is the constant term in the expression. Now this is an algebraic expression. Whichever expression you are able to see, this is an algebraic expression in which three terms are there, right? Now all the terms in this term, constant and variable both parts are there. In this term again a constant and variable both parts are there, but last term is only contains constant, so this last term we can call it as an constant term, and therefore our correct option is -4. Okay, now next, if the length of rectangle is L meters and its breadth is B meters, then its area is, now area of rectangle we know. What is the area of rectangle? That is nothing but length multiplied by breadth. Okay, so what is the, if length is given as L and breadth is given as B, then the area of rectangle will have been L into B square meters. Now next, 10% of 365 days is, now what is the meaning of 10%? That is 10 upon 100. We can convert percentage into the fraction. Of is nothing but a multiplication, and which is nothing but 365. Now 0 cancel, 0 cancel. So it would be 365 divided by 10. Now in the denominator 1 0 is there. So before one digit you have to give the decimal. So your correct answer will be 36.5. Now next, if m is equal to 2, then the value of 9 minus 5 m. Minus 1. And the last one, the ratio of 300 centimeter to 3 meter. Now, this is 300 centimeter and this is 3 meter. Now, ratio can be always calculated whenever there are same units. So first you need to convert this meter into centimeter. Now, conversion we know. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So 3 meter is equal to 300 centimeter. So therefore 300 centimeter is to 300 centimeter. Okay. Now both the values are same. So the ratio is 1:1 and hence our answer is 1:1. So moving to the next part. Now find the value of -1/8 divided by 3/4. Now whenever we are going to do the division of rational numbers, what we need to do? This is -8. We have to write as it is. Whatever this division sign is there, that you need to convert into multiplication, and the number followed by the division sign, you need to take the reciprocal of it. Got it? So now you can solve it. Now check whether cutting is possible. Yes. 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8. So what is remaining? -1/2 multiplied by 1/3. Now, if you see carefully, cutting is not possible. So numerator will multiply to the numerator, that is -1 into 1, -1, divided by denominator will multiply to the denominator, that is 3 twos are 6. So this is your answer. Now moving to the next question. Find the simple interest on. Simple interest we need to find. So our principal is given, that is 5,000 rupees. Then as 10%. Now we know the formula of simple interest, that is principal multiplied by rate multiplied by time divided by 100. So what it will become? Put the values. Now after putting the values, what it will become? 5,000 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 10 divided by 100. Now 20 cancel, 20 cancel. 53s are 150, 150 into 10, that is 1500. So your simple interest is nothing but 1500 rupees. Got it? Chalo, moving to the next question now. What is our next question? The cost price of a bag is rupees 350. Okay, first always write the given data. CP is equal to rupees 350. It is sold for a profit of 35 rupees. Okay, what is the profit is given? Profit is nothing but 35 rupees. Find the profit percentage. Okay, find profit percentage. Now we are having a formula. CP, profit is always calculated on the CP, right? So on 350 rupees, I'm having the 35 rupees profit. Then on 100, how much it will be? Like this, because percentage is always out of 100. So you can do the cross multiplication. What it will gives you? 35 multiplied by 100 divided by 350. 35 and the 35, 35 tens are 350, 0 cancel, 0 cancel. So what is your profit percentage? That is 10%. This is, you can use the logic and you can find out. Now moving to the next question. Arrange these numbers into the ascending order. Now we know for arranging the number into the ascending order, the denominator should be same. Okay, but in this all question, in this all rational numbers, the this is 7, 2, and 4. These are the denominators. So first we will take the LCM of it. What is the LCM of 7 to 4? That is 28. If you don't know how to calculate the LCM, already the video is posted. You can go, or you can see in the description box, the link is given. Okay, so LCM is 28. So now convert, minus 3 upon 7. When I should multiply here, so I will have to multiply 4. So I'll get a denominator 28 and numerator will become minus 12. The same minus 3 upon 2. If I multiplied by 14, then my denominator will become 28. And if I'm multiplying 14 in denominator, the same I have to do in the numerator also. Now the last one, that is 3 into last 4. 4 sevens are 28. So 3 multiplied by 7. So it will gives you minus 21 upon 28. Now we can arrange it into the ascending order very well. Now you know all the three numbers are negative. So whichever is your smallest number, that will be the greatest one, right? So the ascending order will be, see, whose denominator is greater? The 42 is the greatest number, but it is having a negative sign, so it becomes the smallest one. So it will be 42 upon 28, then minus 21 upon 28, and then minus 12 upon 28. So you can see this is your first, if you saw priority wise, if you go, this is your first number in ascending order, then this is your second number in ascending order, and this is the last number into the ascending order. Okay, chalo, moving onwards, simplification question. Simplify. Now here it is given 3 raised to 5. First write it down the numbers. We know 25 is nothing but 5 square, divided by 5 raised to 7 multiplied by 6 raised to 5. 6 raised to 5. Now what I will do, I will segregate. 3 raised to 5 multiplied by 10. I can write 5 raised to 5 multiplied by 2 raised to 5. Okay, we know 10 is nothing but 5 twos are. So 10 to the power 5 is nothing but 5 multiplied by 2 raised to 5. And you can take the common powers or you can distribute the powers. So after distributing, it will become 5 raised to 5 multiplied by 2 raised to 5. And that only we have written here. Chalo. So, and last term is nothing but 5 square divided by 5 raised to 7 multiplied by 6 raised to 5. Now, this 3 raised to 5 and this 2 raised to 5, I can combine. Okay, so what it will become? 3 twos are 6. So I can write 6 raised to 5 multiplied by. Now, this 5 and this 5 bases are same. So we can add the powers. So what it will become? 5 raised to 5 plus 2, that is 5 raised to 7. So I can write here 5 raised to 7 divided by 5 raised to 7 is already adjusted. 6 raised to 5 is also already adjusted. 6 raised to 5, 6 raised to 5, same, cancel out. 5 raised to 7, 5 raised to 7, same, cancel out. So what is remaining? Nothing is there, means 1 is there. So your final answer is going to be 1. If you are having any more doubts regarding powers and exponents, do comment in the comment box. So we will have the next video on it. Okay. So moving to the next question, which is greater? Is it a 2:5 is greater or 3:7? Now I'm going to tell you one shortcut trick. 3:7. The method is you can so 3:7 is your greatest number. Got it? This is a shortcut because we know ratio we can convert into the fraction and then you can solve in this way. Chalo. Now next is question from algebraic expression. Add x square plus 2xy plus y square to the difference of x square. So first what we will do, we need to take the difference of these two. So first we will solve that. X square minus 3y square minus 2x square plus 5y square. Whenever you are doing the division, put a bracket to the expressions because of the minus sign, the terms or the expression which is coming after negative sign, all signs are going to change. Now see, because of this minus, this plus is going to change into the minus only. Now add or subtract the like terms. X square minus 2x square will become minus x square. 3 minus 3y square minus 5y square, minus addition will take place, and the 5y square is a bigger number, so its sign will go to the answer. So your answer is going to be this. Now this answer you need to add into this first term. What is your first term? X square plus 2xy plus y square plus minus x square minus 8y square. Now do the addition. X square plus 2xy plus y square minus x square minus 8y square. So this can be x square will this y square and minus 8y square. Y square is not having coefficient, means always 1 is there. So 1 minus 8, that is minus 7. So this will be minus 7y square. So this is your final answer. So from the difference of these two, we have added this much, and ultimately final answer will be 2xy minus 7y square. Before solving any question, read the question properly, that which number you have to add and which you have to subtract. Now again we are having the same algebraic expression in which we need to put the values of variable. Values are given that we need to put. So put 3 in bracket. What is the x? That is minus 2 whole square. The value of y is 1 plus 5. Put the bracket when you are substituting the value, because sometimes the value may be negative. So without, so not to get confused, we can put it plus 2 in bracket minus 2, y is only 1, and z square, that is minus 3 square. Now you can solve it. 3 minus 2 square, that is minus 2 square means what? Multiplying the number 2 times. So this minus will become plus, and 2 2s are 4. So always remember, whenever you are doing the square of negative number also, it also becomes a positive, and 1 into anything is 1 only. So we will omit that step. Now 5 into 2, that is 10, but 1 is negative, 1 is positive, so it will become positive. Now minus 1 raised to 4, which is equal to minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. Now 4 times 1 is 1 into 1 into 1 into 1, that is 1 only, and minus plus minus plus. So your answer is going to be plus 1. So that will be 1 only, plus 2 2s are 4, 4 1s are 4. This is plus. Now you can open the bracket. 3 4s are 12. Minus plus 10, minus 10. 4 9s are 36, and minus and plus sign will become minus. Now you can have answer. 12 minus 10, that is 2 minus 36. And 2 minus 36, that is minus 34. So this is your answer. Carefully see how to substitute the value and how to open the brackets. Now add 8a. Okay, 3 terms we are having and we need to add them. You can do this addition vertically also. Only the thing is that whenever you are doing the vertical addition, you need to write the like terms one after other. So this is your first expression. Second expression is minus 6a minus 8b minus AB. Carefully write the like terms one after other. Now here plus 3B, then minus 4A, and last that is plus 2AB. Don't even change the sign. Okay, now you need to add them all. Okay, so we will be adding 8 minus 6 minus 4 because they are having a negative sign. Then plus in bracket minus 6 minus 1. Okay, AB is not having a coefficient, so it is minus 1 only. Plus 2 in bracket B. Sorry, in bracket AB. Then plus 5 minus 8 plus 3 in bracket B. Now you can solve it. What it will give, 8 minus 6 is 2. 2 minus 4 is minus 2A. Then next, this is minus 6 minus 1 minus 7 plus 2, that will gives you minus 5. So the second term is going to be become, I will write the answer here, minus 2a. Your second term is going to be minus 5ab, and last term, that is 5 minus a, so this is going to be 0b. Okay, and 0b is nothing but 0 only. So your final answer is going to be minus 2a minus 5ab. Got it? Chalo. Next question. 9 chairs cost for 720 rupees. How much will 7 chairs cost? Okay. Now, write down. You can go with the unitary methods also, or you can go with the direct method also. So we will go with the direct method. Now, 9 chairs cost for rupees 720 rupees. Okay, then what is the cost of 7 chairs? Okay, now you can do the cross multiply. X multiplied by 9, because they are in always a proportion. Okay, they always in a proportion. They are in proportion. So X into 9 is equal to 7 into 720. So we need to find the X. So 9 will go on that side. It will go in the division. So this is 9 ones are 9, 9 8s are 72, 0. So let X be the cost of 7 chairs. So what will be our expression? That will be 9 multiplied by X is equal to 7 into 720. Now we need to find the value of X. So we need to make it alone. Shift this 9 on that side. As 9 is multiplication, so whenever it will go in the RHS, it will go in its opposite operation, that is in division. Now cutting is possible, as 9 ones are 9 and 9 8s are 72, and the 0 will be as it is. So what is remaining with us? The remaining is 7 multiplied by 80 only. So we will get the multiplication as 560. So this is nothing but the cost of 7 chairs. Okay, so let's just move to the next question now. A machine is bought for rupees 3,200. Okay, so the cost price we can write it as the 3,200 and sold for 3,600. Means the selling price of that particular machine is nothing but 3,600. Now from these two values, it is pretty much clear that it's a profit, right? So how much profit is there? We can take the difference of it. What is the formula of profit? That is SP minus CP, and we get the profit as 400 rupees. Now find the gain or loss percent. Okay, gain is nothing but the profit only. So gain percent means profit percent we need to find. Either we can go by the logic, like we have solved one example in the previous only, in this video only, or you can go by the formula. The formula is profit or gain. Profit or gain divided by CP multiplied by 100. We know that profit or loss is always calculated on the CP. So what is much profit is there? That is 400 is our profit. CP is 3,200 multiplied by 100. Now 400 ones are 400, 400 8s are 32. 3200. So what is remaining? 100 upon 8, which is equal to 12.5. Now it's a gain percentage, so it's a 12.5%. Now let's just move to the next question. Express 1000 as a product of powers and of its prime factors. Okay, so in the previous video, we have already seen how to find the prime factors of a particular number. Let's just revise it one more time. Now for this, we will use the tree method. Okay, now write any two factors of this 100. What are the factors of 100? I can write as 25, 40 is a 100. As 25, 4 is a 100, so 25, 40 is a 1000. Now what are the factors of 25? 25 is again factorized as 5 into 5. And 40 I can factorize at 5 into 8. Now in this all three, this is a prime number, this is prime number, and this is prime number, which cannot be further segregated. So we can segregate the 8. That is 4 into 2. Now 2 is also a prime number. Now segregate that. We got all the prime numbers now, right? So we need to write how we can write the 1000 as 1000 is equal to 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5. So 3 times. Which numbers we are going to take? We are going to take only those numbers which are not having further branches. Okay, so in this 3 5s are there which are not having further branches, as well as these 3 2s are there which are not having further branches. So we will be writing 1000 as 555 multiplied by 222. Yeah, so this is our prime factorization. Now, how many times your 5 is there? 5 comes 3 times. So that will be 5 to the power 3. 2 is also coming 3 times. So that is 2 to the power 3. And this is nothing but the prime factors of 1000, which are expressed in the terms of exponential form. So this is its exponential form, or this is nothing but the exponential form of 1000 in its prime factors. That is 5 raised to 3 multiplied by 2 raised to 3. Let's just move to the next question. Next question is, Rahul earns rupees 4500 every month. Okay, what is it earning? That is, earning is nothing but rupees 4550 rupees every month, and spends rupees 3640. What is it expenditure? That he spends rupees 3640. So find its saving percent. Now first we need to find its savings. That is, out of 4550, he is spending this much money. So whatever is remaining, if we do the subtraction, whatever is remaining, that much will be his saving. So that is nothing but 910 rupees. This much is saving. This is nothing but the difference of earning and spending. Now on 4550, okay, always we used to calculate what is your saving. Saving is from your this much. सेविंग किसके ऊपर हो रहा है? अर्निंग के ऊपर हो रहा है. सो ऑन 4550 rupees, he is saving 910 rupees. Now we need to find the percentage, saving percentage. Then we can write it as that on 100, because percentage is always find on the 100 out of 100. So on 100, how much he is saving? So we can do the multiplication, cross multiply you can do, which is nothing but this question mark I will replace with the X. Here I will write it as a X. Yeah, so this is nothing but 4550 multiplied by X is equal to 910 multiplied by 100. So which is nothing but equal to X will be as it is, this 910 multiplied by 100 divided by 4550. Now this 0 cancel, this 0 cancel. If you know the table, the cutting will be like this: 455 1s are 455, 455 2s are 910. So what is here? This is 2 and this is 10. So it is nothing but a 20. This 20 is a saving out of 100. So we can write this is a saving percentage. Whatever your value is there, if it is out of 100, then it is always a percentage. We can directly write in the form of percentage. So this is how we can find out that Rahul is having 910 rupees saving. That is nothing but the 20% of his earning. Moving to the next question. A man borrowed rupees 7,200 from a bank. Okay, this much he has borrowed. So we can take it as a principal for 3 years. Time period is given, that is 3 years, and at a rate of 18%. Rate is what? 18% per annum. Find the interest and the amount he will have to pay after the stipulated time period. Now we need to find simple interest and amount. First, we will find the simple interest with the formula that is principal rate of time divided by 100. We can put the values that is 7,200 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 18 upon 100. So that is nothing but 0, 0 cancel, 0, 0 cancel. Now you can do the multiplication. So that multiplication is nothing but 72 multiplied by 54. And 72 into 54 will gives you
100. So now the amount will be simple interest is equal to principal, that is simple interest is 3,888 and principal is 7200. So the amount which we are getting, that is nothing but 11,088 rupees. Okay, so this is how you can calculate the simple interest as well as the amount. Now moving to the next question, that is find the whole quantity if 40% of it is 500 kilometer. Now 40%, we will convert this statement into the mathematical format. 40% of it means 40% of something. So that something we don't know. So that something we will take it as a variable, that is x. Is nothing but is equal to, and 500 kilometer will be as it is. So now moving onwards, removing all the data, that is 40% is nothing but 40 upon 100 we can write. Of is nothing but multiplication, x will be as it is and 500 will be there. Now to solve this particular sum, x is the unknown quantity. Okay, so now we will solve the related term to it. Now if we divide 40 and 100, 22s are 40, 25s are 100. So we will be getting 2 by 5 of x is equal to 500. Now to find the x, we will shift this 2 by 5 on the RHS side. So it will become 5 by 2 multiplied by 500. Okay, the reciprocal of 2 by 5 is 5 by 2. Now after the cutting, 2 1s are 2, 2 50s are 500, right? So we will do the cutting, and now 250 and 5 is only remaining in the numerator, so we can multiply them and we will get the answer 1250 kilometer. As the data is given in kilometers, so your answer will also be in the kilometer only. Now let's just move to the last question of this our revision type. The population of a city decreased from 25,000 to 24,000. Now see, there is a decrease. The original population was 25,000 and now the new population is 24,500 is there. Okay, so we can see the decrease, how much decrease is there or how much change in population is there, that is subtraction of old one and the new one, that is nothing but the 500 population is there which is been decreased from old to new one. Okay, now we know the formula how to find the percentage change. Now on 25,500 change is there. Okay, so and then out of 100 how much, or we can go with the formula also, that is percentage decrease is equal to decrease divided by old quantity, or we can also call it as a original quantity multiplied by 100. So with this formula we can find out the percentage of decrease. So after we can put the value as decrease is nothing but 500. What is your old or the original population of the city, that is 25,000 and multiplied by 100. Now you can do the cutting. After this cutting you will get the answer 100 divided by 50, and again cutting is possible because 51s are 50, 52s are 100. So we can say how much percentage decrease is there, that is a 2% decrease can be observed in this particular way. Now the same you can solve with this method also by logic, that on 25,500 decrease is there. Finding percentage means finding on the value out of 100. So on 100 how much decrease is there? So you can do the cross multiplication, that is 25,000 multiplied by question mark 500 multiplied by 100. So if you are going to solve this, this will gives you the same answer as we got in the formula. So the 0 0 get cancelled and the cutting will be, now we reach to the same step. Now 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel, and after the cutting we will get the same answer, that is nothing but the 2%. So this is how you can solve the particular question by logic also, or you can go with the formula also. Now here we have come to the end part of an revision part 2. If you are having any difficulty, any question regarding this or any query, you can put it into the chat box or the comment box. We will try to resolve all the kind of queries. Do like, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon also, so you will get the latest and new upcoming videos also, which is based on the different topics of the mathematics. Thank you so much.